Football is more than goals, trophies, and stadium lights. It is a story of origins, struggle, rivalry, and triumph. It is a game shaped by the streets as much as the world's biggest arenas. And few players represent that truth better than Rio Ferdinand and Carlos Tevez, two men born worlds apart from the estates of South London. The other from the unforgiving streets of Fuerte Apache in Argentina, somehow destined to meet at the highest level of the sport. Their journeys were different in culture, language, and personality, but united by the same hunger to rise, to win, and to leave a permanent mark on football history. Rio Ferdinand emerged as the embodiment of elegance and intelligence in defense, redefining what it meant to be a centre-back in English football. Calm under pressure, confident on the ball, and fearless against the world's best attackers, he became the foundation of some of the most dominant teams the Premier League has ever seen. Carlos Tevez, on the other hand, was raw intensity personified, relentless forward who played with the fire of the streets, pressing defenders, scoring crucial goals, and dragging teams forward through sheer willpower. Where Ferdinand brought control, Tevez brought chaos. Where one commanded space, the other attacked it relentlessly. Together, their paths crossed at Manchester United during one of the club's most successful eras. One anchored the defense, the other fueled the attack, and both played vital roles in a team that conquered England and Europe. They shared dressing rooms, battles, victories, and moments that would echo through football history. Yet their story is not only about what they won, it is about what they represented. They stood as symbols of resilience, of working-class roots, of players who refused to be defined by where they came from, but rather by where they were going. This is not just a story of trophies and statistics. It is the story of leadership under pressure, of loyalty and controversy, of respect and rivalry. It is the story of two footballers who shaped an era, influenced generations, and proved that greatness can take many forms. This is the story of Rio Ferdinand and Carlos Tevez, two warriors of the modern game. Connected by success, defined by difference, and remembered forever. Rio Gavin Ferdinand was born on the 7th of November, 1978 in Peckham, South London, England. He grew up in a working-class area and was raised by his parents alongside his siblings in a close-knit family environment. His mother, Janice, worked as a school meals supervisor, while his father, Julian Ferdinand, was a tailor and later became Rio's manager during parts of his football career. Rio has mixed heritage, with roots tracing back to Ireland and the Caribbean, and he grew up in a culturally diverse community that strongly shaped his personality. From a young age, Ferdinand showed athletic ability, not only in football, but also in gymnastics, which helped develop his balance, coordination, and agility traits that would later define his unique style as a defender. As a child, Ferdinand attended Camelot Primary School and later Blackheath Bluecoat School, where his talent in football became increasingly obvious. He joined the Queen's Park Rangers youth setup briefly before moving to West Ham United's academy, one of England's most respected youth systems. At West Ham, he was part of the famous class of '99, which included future England internationals such as Frank Lampard, Joe Cole, and Michael Carrick. Originally, Ferdinand played as a midfielder, but coaches quickly recognized his defensive intelligence, composure on the ball, and ability to read the game, leading to his permanent conversion into a centre-back. Rio Ferdinand made his professional debut for West Ham United in 1996 at just 17 years old. He quickly became a regular starter, impressing with his calmness under pressure, passing range, and positional awareness, qualities that were rare for defenders at the time. In 1998, he captained England's under-21 team, becoming the youngest captain in the team's history. His performances attracted interest from top clubs, and by the year 2000, he was widely regarded as one of the most promising defenders in Europe. In November 2000, Ferdinand transferred to Leeds United for a then British record transfer fee for a defender of £18 million. At Leeds, he continued to develop rapidly and played a crucial role in the club's memorable Champions League run in the 2001 season, where Leeds reached the semi-finals. His performances against elite European attackers showcased his class on the biggest stage. During this time, Ferdinand also became a regular for the England national team, earning his first senior cap in 1997 and later representing England at major tournaments. In 2002, Ferdinand made another historic move, joining Manchester United for £29.1 million. once again breaking the British transfer record for a defender. Under legendary manager Sir Alex Ferguson, Ferdinand evolved into one of the greatest defenders in football history. At Manchester United, he formed iconic defensive partnerships, most notably with Nemanja Vidic, combining Ferdinand's elegance and intelligence with Vidic's aggression and physicality. This partnership became the backbone of one of the most dominant teams in Premier League history. During his time at Manchester United, Ferdinand won 6 Premier League titles, 2 League Cups, 1 UEFA Champions League 2007-08, 1 FIFA Club World Cup, and multiple Community Shields. He was a key figure in United's 2008 Champions League victory, where the team defeated Chelsea in a dramatic final in Moscow. Ferdinand's leadership, ability to play out from the back, and defensive consistency were instrumental in United's domestic and European dominance throughout the 2000s. Individually, Ferdinand received numerous accolades. He was named in the PFA Team of the Year multiple times, won the PFA Player of the Year in 2002, and was consistently recognized as one of the best defenders of his generation. He redefined the role of a centre-back in English football, influencing future generations with his ball-playing ability, tactical intelligence, and composure rather than relying solely on physical strength on the international stage. Rio Ferdinand earned 81 caps for England and represented his country in 3 FIFA World Cups 1998, 2002, 2006, and 2 UEFA European Championships 2000. 2004. He was named England captain in 2011, a testament to his experience and leadership. However, his international career was also marked by disappointment, as England's golden generation failed to win a major tournament despite high expectations. Ferdinand's career was not without controversy. In 2003, he received an 8-month ban from football after missing a mandatory drug test, which cost him the chance to captain England at Euro 2004. The incident was widely debated and significantly impacted his reputation at the time. Later in his career, Ferdinand also faced criticism for injuries and availability issues, particularly during his final years at Manchester United. In 2014, after leaving Manchester United, Ferdinand joined Queen's Park Rangers for 1 season, returning to the club where his youth career had briefly begun. However, injuries limited his impact, and in 2015, Rio Ferdinand officially retired from professional football at the age of 36, bringing an end to a highly successful playing career spanning nearly 2 decades. After retirement, Ferdinand transitioned into media and broadcasting, becoming a prominent football pundit and analyst. He has worked extensively with BT Sport, covering Premier League and Champions League matches, and is known for his articulate analysis and strong opinions. He also launched his own digital platforms and podcasts discussing football, mental health, race, and social issues. Ferdinand has been vocal about racism in football, player welfare, and the importance of mental health awareness. Rio Ferdinand's personal life has included both joy and tragedy. In 2015, his first wife, Rebecca Ellison, suddenly passed away from breast cancer, an event that deeply affected him and his family. Ferdinand later remarried Kate Wright in 2019, and he has children from both marriages. His openness about grief, fatherhood, and emotional struggles has earned him widespread respect beyond football. In recent years, Ferdinand has also pursued roles in football administration and talent development, including briefly serving as sporting director at West Ham United. He continues to be a respected voice in the game, often engaging in debates about tactics, players, and the evolution of modern football. His legacy is firmly established as one of the greatest English defenders of all time, a pioneer of the modern ball-playing centre-back, and a key figure in Manchester United's most successful era. Today, Rio Ferdinand is remembered not only for his trophies and performances, but also for his influence on how football is played, discussed, and understood. From the streets of Peckham to the pinnacle of European football, his journey stands as a story of talent, resilience, reinvention, and lasting impact on the game. Carlos Alberto Tevez was born on the 5th of February 1984 in Ciudadela, a working-class neighborhood in Buenos Aires province, Argentina, and was raised in Fuerte Apache, one of the most impoverished and dangerous housing complexes in the country. His childhood was marked by extreme hardship, crime, and social instability, conditions that strongly shaped his tough mentality and street football style. As a baby, Tevez suffered a severe scalding accident when boiling water spilled on him, leaving visible burn scars on his neck and chest that he has never chosen to surgically remove, later stating that they are part of his identity and life story. Raised primarily by his adoptive parents, Segundo Tevez and Adriana Martinez, he grew up with limited resources but an unbreakable passion for football from a very young age. Tevez showed exceptional talent in the streets and small pitches of Fuerte Apache. He joined All Boys before moving to Boca Juniors Youth Academy, where his aggressive playing style, powerful shooting, and relentless work rate immediately stood out. Tevez quickly became known for his hunger, fearlessness, and ability to perform under pressure. His development at Boca was rapid, and by his late teens, he was already being seen as one of Argentina's most exciting young attackers. Tevez made his professional debut for Boca Juniors in 2001. He rose to national and continental prominence in 2003, when he played a starring role in Boca's Copa Libertadores victory, scoring crucial goals and tormenting defenders with his energy and strength. That same year, Boca defeated AC Milan to win the Intercontinental Cup, where Tevez delivered a legendary performance and was named man of the match, announcing himself to the global football audience. His success at Boca Juniors made him a hero to fans and earned him the nickname El Apache, referencing both his neighborhood and warrior-like style. In 2004, Tevez moved to Corinthians in Brazil as part of a controversial transfer involving Media Sports Investment (MSI). Despite the unusual circumstances, Tevez thrived in Brazil, becoming the team's star player and leading Corinthians to the Brazilian Serie A title. In 2005, he was named Brazilian League Player of the Year, a rare honor for a foreign player, further proving his elite status in South American football. Tevez joined West Ham United in 2006, alongside Javier Mascherano, in one of the most controversial transfers in Premier League history due to third-party ownership issues. After a slow start, Tevez became the club's savior in the 2006-07 season, scoring vital goals that helped West Ham avoid relegation, including the famous winning goal against Manchester United on the final day of the season. His impact made him a cult hero among West Ham supporters. In 2007, Tevez signed for Manchester United, where he reached the peak of his European career. Playing under Sir Alex Ferguson, Tevez formed a devastating attacking trio with Cristiano Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney. During his 2 seasons at United, he won 2 Premier League titles, 1 UEFA Champions League 2007-08, 1 League Cup, and 1 FIFA Club World Cup. His relentless pressing, big game performances, and versatility made him a fan favorite, even though his future at the club remained uncertain due to ownership complications. In 2009, Tevez made a shocking and controversial move to Manchester City, becoming the first player to move directly between the two Manchester rivals in decades. At City, Tevez became the team's captain and talisman, leading by example with goals, aggression, and leadership. He played a crucial role in City's rise to power, helping the club win the FA Cup in 2011, their first major trophy in 35 years, and the iconic Premier League title in 2012, ending a 44-year league drought. Despite his success, Tevez's time at Manchester City was turbulent. He was involved in several high-profile controversies, including contract disputes, refusal to come on as a substitute during a Champions League match in 2011, and extended absences from the club. However, when he returned, his performances often justified his reputation as a game-changer, and he finished as Premier League Golden Boot winner in 2010-11. Sharing the award with Dimitar Berbatov. In 2013, Tevez moved to Juventus, where he revitalized his career and became one of the best players in Europe once again. Wearing the iconic number 10 shirt, he led Juventus to 2 consecutive Serie A titles, 2013-14, 2014-15, a Coppa Italia, and a Champions League final appearance in 2015. He was named Serie A Footballer of the Year and finished among the top players in Europe. Showcasing leadership, goals, and consistency, Tevez returned to Boca Juniors in 2015, fulfilling a lifelong promise to his boyhood club. He won the Argentine Primera Division and Copa Argentina, reaffirming his legendary status among Boca supporters. In 2016, he had a brief and highly lucrative spell in China with Shanghai Shenhua, becoming one of the highest-paid footballers in the world. though his time there was widely criticized due to fitness concerns and lack of commitment. In 2018, Tevez returned once again to Boca Juniors, where he continued to contribute as a leader and symbol of the club. He won additional domestic titles and played a role in Boca's run to the 2018 Copa Libertadores final, a historic and emotionally charged matchup against River Plate in 2021. Carlos Tevez officially retired from professional football, citing physical fatigue and emotional exhaustion, particularly following the death of his adoptive father on the international stage. Tevez represented Argentina over 70 times and participated in two FIFA World Cups 2006, 2010 for Copa America tournaments, and the 2000 for Olympic Games, where he was a key figure in Argentina's gold medal winning team, finishing as the tournament's top scorer. Despite his success, his international career was often marked by tension with coaches and periods of exclusion from the national team. After retiring, Tevez transitioned into football management and coaching. He took on his first major role as head coach of Rosario Central in 2022, later returning to Independiente, one of Argentina's biggest clubs, where he worked to stabilize the team both tactically and mentally. His coaching style reflected his playing career: intense, demanding, emotional, and deeply connected to working-class values. Carlos Tevez is remembered as one of the most fearless and driven footballers of his generation. His journey from the streets of Fuerte Apache to lifting trophies across Argentina, Brazil, England, and Italy is one of football's most powerful stories. Known for his relentless work rate, explosive power, clutch goals, and warrior mentality, Tevez remains an enduring symbol of resilience, loyalty, and raw passion for the game. Rio Ferdinand and Carlos Tevez share a unique place in modern football history as two players who, despite very different backgrounds and playing styles, reached the highest level of the game and won football's biggest trophies. Both men rose from working-class environments, using football as a path out of difficult surroundings, and both developed reputations for mental toughness, leadership, and big-game performances. Their careers are often discussed together because they played during the same era and were central figures in elite teams competing at the top of English and European football. The most significant achievement they share is their time together at Manchester United, where they were part of one of the strongest squads of the 2000s during the 2007-08 season. Ferdinand and Tevez helped Manchester United win the Premier League and the UEFA Champions League, completing a historic European double. Ferdinand was the defensive leader at the back, while Tevez provided relentless energy and crucial attacking contributions, showing how both players played complementary roles in a title-winning team. Both Ferdinand and Tevez won multiple Premier League titles, establishing themselves as serial winners in England. Ferdinand won 6 league titles with Manchester United, while Tevez won titles with both Manchester United and later Manchester City. This makes them two of the few players to have been key contributors to title-winning sides for rival clubs, highlighting their adaptability and elite mentality at the highest level of competition. Another major common factor is their success in European competition. Both players won the UEFA Champions League with Manchester United in 2008 and played major roles throughout that campaign. Additionally, both appeared in Champions League finals during their careers, consistently performing on football's biggest stage. Their experience in high-pressure European matches contributed significantly to their reputations as big match players. Ferdinand and Tevez also share the rare distinction of having won major trophies in multiple countries. Ferdinand achieved success primarily in England, while Tevez won league titles in Argentina, Brazil, England, and Italy. Despite this difference, both demonstrated the ability to adapt to different football cultures, tactical systems, and competitive environments, an achievement only elite players manage across long careers. Leadership is another area where they overlap. Ferdinand captained Manchester United and England, while Tevez captained Manchester City, Juventus, and Boca Juniors. Both were known as leaders who set standards through performance rather than words, commanding respect in dressing rooms filled with world-class players. Their leadership styles were differentiated in calm and composed, Tevez aggressive and emotional, but both were highly effective. Internationally, both men represented their countries at the highest level, playing in multiple World Cups and major international tournaments. While neither won a senior World Cup, both were key members of national teams during highly competitive eras. They also experienced the pressures and criticisms that come with representing football-obsessed nations like England and Argentina. Another strong similarity is their impact beyond trophies. Ferdinand and Tevez both helped redefine expectations for their positions. Ferdinand modernized the role of the center-back with ball-playing intelligence and composure, while Tevez embodied the modern forward who combines goals with relentless pressing and work rate. Their influence extended to future generations who modeled aspects of their game after them. Finally, both players transitioned into influential roles after their playing careers. Ferdinand became a prominent football pundit, media personality, and football executive, while Tevez moved into management and coaching. In different ways, both continue to shape football culture, discussions, and development beyond their playing days. In summary, what unites Rio Ferdinand and Carlos Tevez is not just that they played together, but that they were winners, leaders, and defining figures of an era. They shared major team achievements, conquered domestic and European football, led elite squads, and left lasting legacies that continue to influence the modern game when the final whistle blows and the noise fades. What remains are the stories that endure and the legacies that refuse to be forgotten. Rio Ferdinand and Carlos Tevez did not simply play football. They shaped moments, defined seasons, and carried the weight of expectation on the biggest stages the game has to offer. From league titles to Champions League glory, from packed stadiums to global audiences, both men reached heights that only a select few ever experience. Their journeys remind us that football greatness does not follow a single path. Ferdinand's rise was built on intelligence, composure, and tactical mastery, while Tevez's legacy was forged through grit, sacrifice, and relentless intensity. Different personalities, different styles, different challenges, but the same destination, the very top of the game. Together and apart, they proved that success is earned not just through talent, but through resilience, discipline, and the courage to embrace pressure rather than fear it. Even after their playing days ended, their influence did not. Ferdinand continues to shape conversations around football through analysis, leadership, and advocacy, while Tevez has taken his battle-hardened mentality into management, guiding the next generation from the touchline. Their voices still matter, their opinions still spark debate, and their careers still serve as blueprints for what it takes to survive and thrive at the elite level. Ultimately, the story of Rio Ferdinand and Carlos Tevez is a reminder of why football matters. It is a game that lifts people from the hardest places, unites cultures, and creates legends from ordinary beginnings. Their legacies are not just written in silverware, but in the respect they earned, the standards they set, and the inspiration they left behind. And long after the goals are replayed and the trophies are counted, the names Ferdinand and Tevez will remain symbols of an era where passion met precision, where heart met intelligence, and where two very different journeys met at the summit of world football.